Unlock your dream property with Meeks Realty Group, where Rich the Realtor makes real estate dreams a reality. Whether it's residential or commercial, we've got Charleston to Huntington covered. Your key to exceptional real estate experiences start here. Meeks Realty Group. Contact us at meeks.us.
The views and opinions expressed on this program do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of 580 WCHS, its employees, or WVRC Media. From the studios of WVRC Media, the country, the United States of America, the state, West Virginia, the city, Charleston. This is the Dave Allen Show on 580 Live. And your host.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
He's kind of a big deal.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum.
Dave Allen.
Hey, good Wednesday morning to you. Welcome to the show. Hollywood Jeff Petty is our producer today. Bigly, Piggly, Wiggly, hotline 304-345-5858. Tony the Taylor, text 304-935-5008. We do the show from the Par-Mar Store studio. If there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live, brought to you by Thornhill Auto Group, including Thornhill CDJR on the Thornhill Motor Mile. Time to make this the summer of Ram at the all-new Thornhill Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Visit them at the Fountain Place Mall in Logan or at thornhillcdjr.com. Welcome to the show. He's not been with us for a while. Republican strategist Rob Cornelius will be stopping by a little bit later on. Will be interesting to get his take on several things, from the DNC to the Justice financial mess, whatever else Rob and I can stir up. That's coming up a little bit later on. Plus, tonight is the annual Paint the Capital City Green event up at the Belknap Flight School at West Virginia International Yeager Airport. The annual event with Marshall coaches and players and fans, et cetera, to raise money for the Big Green. If you don't have your tickets, you're out of luck because it's completely sold out. And for some reason, the folks at the Big Green and Marshall thought for the third straight year it would be a good idea to get myself and Steve Animal of 987 The Mountain to MC. So his royal animalness will join me a little bit later on. Plus, your calls and texts are always welcome, too. Bigly, Piggly, Wiggly, hotline 304-345-5858. Tony the Taylor, text 304-935-5008. Our good friend, Millie Snyder from the Shape Shop, joins us. Millie, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Dave. How are you?
Big idea wearing shorts in here. You know you can't wear shorts around me.
Why is that?
Well, because.
Oh, that because.
Yeah.
Well, then I'm going to keep wearing them.
I'm not going to concentrate on anything now.
You don't see them.
I saw them early when you came in.
Oh, well. I know. I should have actually worn long pants today because we're going through some cool weather.
I love it. Do you like it?
Oh, I'm
48 degrees when I left the house this morning.
Oh, my God. That's like a dream come true. This weekend it's going to be 98.
Yeah, I was going to say it's going to warm up substantially as we
But I
head
can work
into
on my
next week.
tan.
Yeah,
so.
well, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. All right. So how are things going with you? I read on your social media yesterday, and your folks do a great job on your social media.
Well, that's a girl named, well, she's not a girl, a woman, Tiffany Grelly.
Uh-huh.
She has such a gift for using the English language. And I'm so pleased to have her part of my team.
Well, I was interested to see because she said that there's some sort of an announcement that you're going to be making.
I am going to make an announcement.
Is that later on, or is that going to do that now?
No, it's not an announcement. I'm going to share something.
Going to share
on the
something
air.
with us.
Yes.
Okay.
But not right now.
That's what you're going to do because you told me you had something you want to do toward the end of the segment. So you're going to say that till then.
Yes.
Okay.
Towards the end.
All right. Well, so how have you been? You been busy lately?
Yeah.
You're always busy.
We have, well, not always busy. Sometimes we're busier than others. More and more people are beginning to realize that Shape Shop moved from Patrick Street in 2019, and that we are actually
takes a little time for it to circulate. You know,
yeah.
But you yeah.
And that we are actually on the west side. Actually, the beginning of the west side.
Mm-hmm.
We're just a block and a half west of Five Corners, and we hope more and more people come because the exciting thing is, everything we make is fresh, clean. You know, a lot of meats that are processed and that you buy in the grocery store have been found to have a contaminant called listeria, which can kill you. And that is not in our foods because nothing that we make is processed. Everything is fresh. Everything is natural. And we're not naturalists, so I don't want anybody to think that. But our food is clean. Even our soups are made from scratch. So that's a lot to be proud of, especially today. We're going to start selling our meats by the a quarter pound and half pound, so that if somebody wants to take it home and make their own sandwich, or whatever they want to do with it, make a salad or fix it up. And our chicken, our turkey, our ham, our beef, it's the real deal. And I'm very, very proud of that. It's a greater expense to do that, but it's so much safer and healthier and cleaner. And that's what I've always been about as far as Shape Shop. And, of course, the way that I eat and what I teach the Mediterranean lifestyle. And it is, now it's all over the internet. Everybody's paying attention to it. And doing Mediterranean simply means that you are honoring your body by putting in good, wholesome, clean food. It's not a big brain twister. By the way, Mediterranean eating has been around for a very, very long time.
That's what I was going to say, is because you hear these diet fads over and over again, and you name them. I mean, they've gone from the Atkins diet,
them all.
and you've been through all of them. But this is not something that suddenly somebody in a lab just came up one day and said, let's try this. This has been, for thousands of years. People have been eating like this.
A couple of weeks ago, a gentleman came to visit me in my office at the store. And he said, when he was growing up as a child in Lebanon, you could just take milk. And he said from that milk, we were able to make 5 or 6 different cheeses. And if we kept them in a cool, dry place, they were good forever. And that cheese was made without processing. Sometimes you pick up a package of meat or something that you're going to eat, and you look at the ingredients, and you can't even pronounce the word because your mouth doesn't go that way, nor can your brain process that word. And yet we buy that product, and we eat it, and we are putting unknown stuff in our body.
Good rule of thumb is if you can't pronounce it, don't eat it.
I love that, and I wish more people would adopt that and accept it.
But here's the thing, and you and I have talked about this in the past. You always hear all of these stories about people saying, "Well, my grandpa lived to be 95, and he did this and he did that," and that in many cases, it's true. But they also grew all their own stuff, and they knew where it came from.
Yes,
and so they didn't have a farm. Like my grandfather worked in the coal mines all day, and then he gardened or farmed basically at night.
Right.
Everything came from there.
And then they canned, and
Everything
they put it up in the,
I did talk to Chris Lawrence, our outdoors guy. He posted some pictures on social media of his canning this past week. He's a big canning guy. He was canning green beans and everything. And that stuff for me is like comfort food, growing up in a more rural area.
And as long as they don't can it with sugar, I'm even happier. Or put any kind of lard into anything that's
Do you want to tell the lard story?
Well, I just heard it when I arrived here at the studio.
Let me tell you something. Colonel Ron Hughes is always good for a good story. 95% of them you can't tell on the air.
Well, this story comes from Colonel Ron Hughes.
But Colonel Ron stopped you and then I in the hall and said he heard something somewhere where a guy was talking about how lard was healthier for people. And the reason was, this guy's reasoning was what?
Because, hold on to your hats.
Hold on to your hats.
Because the pig outside absorbs the vitamin D from the sun. Therefore, the pig is healthy, which means his lard is healthy. And I don't think on radio I should say what I said to Colonel Ron
No,
Hughes.
you can't, because you'll get us both fired, and I'll be working in the Shape Shop.
So I'm not going to say that, but not there. A bigger lie has never been told.
Any appearances of the food truck? I know summer's starting to wind down.
Tomorrow we are invited to Caldwell Garlow Insurance over in South Charleston, and that agency is growing. I think they were just another company joined them, and I think they have like 50 employees, and they've requested our food truck. Next week we're going to do something in South Charleston. I think there's a sports relay for children, and we're going to be there for 3 days, so I'm excited about that. Of course, Live on the Levee is gone. The Stern Wheel Regatta is gone. But we're available. If there is a group that would like to have the Shape Shop food truck, please contact Emily at the Shape Shop or myself. We'll be happy to.
Because we're starting to get into the fall season now. People are starting to think about that.
There's a lot of things coming, and we're excited to. People love our food.
It's good. So I can tell you, we had you out at our Great Gas giveaway that we did last month over at A to Z Outlet in St. Albans,
we were there,
and your truck was there,
morning,
and it was the hit. I can tell you. I mean, we had some other vendors there as well, and everybody patronized them all. But man, There's quite the line there.
There was a gentleman
for your smoothies. I think is what they.
There was a gentleman
because it was extremely hot that day.
There was a gentleman sitting in our lobby, and I walked out of my office and I said, "Good morning." I said, "Has someone helped you?" He said, "I'm just waiting on my strawberry banana smoothie." He says it's the best thing he ever put in his mouth.
That's awesome.
So it's great.
That's awesome. Talking to Millie Snyder from the Shape Shop, the Dave Allen Show on 580 Live, brought to you part by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. If you're injured, visit forthepeople.com. All right, let's talk about your classes that you offer, and then a big finish because you got something you want to tell us. But
Yes,
let's talk about the classes.
Okay, so Mediterranean, and the name of my group is Fix It with Foods, which makes the most amount of sense. We want to eat everything, and you'll eat better than you've ever eaten when you live the Mediterranean lifestyle. We meet Thursday morning and Saturday morning at 9:15. There are very nominal fees involved, great information, and not only do we give information and personal instruction in how to follow everything, but we give you health information and valuable handouts every week, plus recipes. And I follow the same Weight Watcher model because group support is very important. There are a lot of people say, I can do it on my own. I remember years ago when I owned Weight Watchers, a woman said to me, I'm on your program. I said, great. What class do you go to? She said, I don't. I just buy the dinners. And that's not group support.
That's not, you got to, that anytime that you're wanting to do something like that, you know, whether it's healthy eating or anything that if you got peers, you got people that are going to not only hold you accountable, it's not that, but also people to support you and to encourage you. And if you do have, you know, okay, I slipped off the wagon a little bit, people to kind of pat you on the back and say, it's okay. It's all right. It's not the end of the world, you know.
Absolutely.
Just continue.
Right. Absolutely
all right.
right.
So what did you want to leave us with this morning?
Okay. So I'm going to read this.
Okay.
And I do not know the source, but I hope you and the listeners will enjoy it.
Okay.
Barely the day started, and it's already 6 p.m. Barely arrived on Monday, and it's already Friday. And the month is already over, and the year is almost over. And already 40, 50, or 60 years of our lives have passed. And we realize that we lost our parents, friends, and we realize it's too late to go back. So let's try, despite everything, to enjoy the remaining time. Let's keep looking for activities that we like. Let's put some color in our gray. Let's smile at the little things in life that put balm in our hearts. And despite everything, we must continue to enjoy with serenity this time we have left. Let's try to eliminate the afters. I'm doing it after. I'll say after. I'll think about it after. We leave everything for later, like after is ours. Because what we don't understand is that afterwards, the coffee gets cold. Afterwards, priorities change. Afterwards, the charm is broken. Afterwards, health passes. Afterwards, the kids grow up. Afterwards, parents get old. Afterwards, promises are broken. Afterwards, the day becomes the night. Afterwards, life ends, and then it's often too late. So let's leave nothing for later, because still waiting, see you later, we can lose the best moments, the best experiences, best friends, the best family. The day is today. The moment is now.
Very well put. You have no idea where that came from?
None.
Okay.
Now, usually
pretty powerful stuff.
If I did know that, I would happily share it, because you can't call something yours if you didn't do it.
Yeah. I had a quick text for you before we let you go. So does Millie consider doing classes at a later time that working people, young people, or family people could attend?
Well, if I had enough requests, of course, the answer is yes. But,
okay.
You know, I was doing one on Thursday late afternoon. But, you know, sadly, and I say this with sadness, truly, so many people are taking these injectable weight loss drugs. And, you know, as far as I know, the stomach hasn't been moved to your brain. And that's just a fix. It's not an education.
And we're seeing a lot of problems with that now. Yeah. Millie, give us the address of the Shape Shop.
706 Central Avenue. It's right on the beginning of the west side. And we're easy to find.
Plenty of free parking?
Oh, all over the place, no meters. Come and join us and eat heartily. And you must order the salmon salad or one of our wraps or our soups. Take it home. You'll enjoy it. Thank you.
Millie Snyder from the Shape Shop. I appreciate you being here. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live is brought to you in part by Bridge Valley. If you're interested in improving your company's IT workforce, please know Bridge Valley offers custom-tailored IT training to bridge the skills gap. Bridge Valley, train for little or no cost. 50-50 salary match is available. They can also supply skilled graduates and apprenticeships for your company. Visit bridgevalley.edu/apprenticeships today. Back after this on the Voice of Charleston, WCHS.
Brought to you by the Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses. Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses have been creating jobs in West Virginia since 1997.
Red, white, and vroom into summer savings at Thornhill CDJR on the Thornhill Motor Mile. Hey, it's Sydney, and it's time to make this the summer of Ram with up to $8,650 off MSRP on the new 2024 Ram 1500 Bighorn, or 5.9% APR for 72 months and no payments for 90 days. These deals are as powerful as the trucks themselves. Thornhill CDJR, where adventure begins. It's a Red, white, and vroom made this the summer of Ram sales event at the all-new Thornhill Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Visit us at Fountain Place Mall, Logan, next to Tractor Supply, or online at thornhillcdjr.com. Number 24 for all of our through Stillings Financial. See Thornhill for all details.
Welcome to Poca Valley, where we've been in business since 1908. Today, we serve Roane, Kanawha, Putnam, and surrounding counties. We believe you deserve banking that provides friendly customer service. For all of your financial needs, stop by one of our 8 convenient locations. Call us at 844-782-2651 or visit us online at PocaValleyBank.com. Poca Valley, where relationships matter.
Member FDIC.
Are you changing jobs or gearing up for retirement? Don't navigate your financial journey alone. At 4th Avenue Financial, we specialize in guiding individuals through life's transitions. From optimizing your retirement savings to managing your investments, we're here to provide expert advice every step of the way. Schedule your free consultation with John Burdett and take control of your financial future today. 4thavenuefinancial.com.
Securities offered through Jenny B. Cole Financial Incorporated. Member FINRA SIPC. Advisory services offered through Jenny B. Cole Advisors Incorporated.
Parents of high school juniors and seniors, discover the Wynn Academy at Bridge Valley Community and Technical College. This unique charter school offers an accelerated program for students passionate about nursing or advanced manufacturing. Students can start college courses in their junior year, graduating high school with their first year of college completed, all for free. With hands-on experience and personalized attention, students are just 1 year away from finishing their college degree after high school. Save on college costs and get a head start at the Wynn Academy at Bridge Valley.
925 Hollywood. Jeff Petty is our producer today. Phone calls of Dave Allen Show, a service of Biggly Piggly Wiggly on Spring Street in Charleston. Texting services provided by West Virginia's finest men's store, Tony the Tailor, Virginia Street in Charleston. Visit bestmastertailor.com. Text says, love to hear that Millie's not a naturalist because, believe me, you want me having on clothes when I come in, says a texter. All right.
You mean I had to put on some clothes?
Look who's here. It's Stephen Animal, yes. Esquire. How you doing, man?
I'm good. We're together again.
Together again.
Duo.
Like bologna and sardines. We're together again. We had the next slot reserved for Steve and I to discuss tonight's annual Paint the Capital City Green event sponsored by Ball Toyota up at the Bill No Flight School at the airport. Still going on. The problem is it's sold out. Woo-hoo. There are now 0 tickets available. Mr. Animal from 987 The Mountain, Wild and Wonderful Classic Rock, and myself, also of The Mountain, but also of WCHS, will be doing the thing up there. We're going to be emceeing tonight. Is there any truth to the rumors that you and I emceeing led to the sellout tonight?
I believe so.
People just there to see us.
We're still trying to get verification on that. And probably has something to do with they heard that we were going to try to fly the new helicopter.
We tried that once. They didn't share in our humor, but that's another story for another time. Okay. You can read about it on the internet. I guess they just can't find anybody else better because they're stuck with you and I again.
We're it, but it's always a great event.
If
you didn't get tickets for it, we hope that you might consider joining us next year and get them early. Mm-hmm. If you did get your tickets, looking forward to seeing you tonight. Going to be a great time.
It is. It always is. And again, this is the annual event to raise money for the Big Green. There's so many different parts of it. Marshall coaches are going to be there.
Yes.
Marshall players, staff members. Of course, there's we're going to have band. We're going to have cheerleaders. We're going to have dance team members. And again, this is a thing that everybody just comes out for, obviously, because it's sold out. 350, 400 people are going to be there tonight. But it's just a way, and Marshall University, in a lot of people's eyes, we play this rivalry game all the time. It's WVU, it's Marshall. You can support both. I was at Inside the Huddle with Caridi a couple of weeks ago, had a great time raising money for the United Way. And what I like seeing is a lot of people that are going to be at this event tonight were also at Inside the Huddle when we had it too. So, you don't have to choose one or the other. They're not actual rivals because they don't play in all of the sports. They just play in a few. But you can support both.
But it's nice that people, citizens, kids have the opportunity to stay in state, to go to either school. And both schools, if we can keep the kids here, that's really the main thing. And a lot of other schools in state and Tech and Bridge Valley and UC and all the others that we have in the state as well. Talking with Steve Animal, he and I will be emceeing this big event tonight. So there's a live auction. Yes. There's
door prizes of all kinds. We just have a lot of fun.
All sorts of good stuff, great food, and, of course, you're going to run into a bunch of people, Some we may owe money to.
Well, we are talking to a rock and roll god over here, so that's quite possibly it. But it's a great event, and having it up there, I wasn't involved with it before they moved it up to the Bill No Flight School. I know they used to have it, I think, at Embassy and a couple other places, and it was always good there. But there's something about having it up there.
It is.
That because they open up the doors, and the weather's going to be great.
Tonight will be phenomenal.
And it's a way to show off what is one of the fastest growing learning programs in higher education in the state, and that is the aviation program at Marshall University.
Yeah, I was reading somewhere, I think they had another 65 plus kids apply for the program and will be in it. So it's awesome. It's an awesome opportunity. If you've ever thought about flying,
now's the time.
Now's the time for sure.
And somebody asked me yesterday, they said the day they had tickets, and they said, is this going to be a serious sit-down event? I said, you do realize that Steve Animal and I are the MCs, right?
Yeah, there's nothing serious about that.
but we have a good time.
We're seriously going to have a good time, though. Like I said, you're going to run into people. It's pretty casual. A lot of people will be, coming right after work, but it was kind of the pre-game tailgate kind of mindset is what it's always been about. So, come as you are, and it's going to be great.
Lots of great food. You don't have to dress up or anything. Mm-hmm. Just come out in your Marshall gear and get ready to cheer on the Herd. It's going to be an interesting season, I think, for the Thunder. Oh, Steve Cotton, by the way, the play-by-play voice of the Thundering Herd, is going to be there as well.
Love Steve Cotton. He does a great job of mediating for us to keep us separated.
Give us more time to head to the beer and the dip.
Ding, 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 ding. You are correct, sir. But, it's I've been involved with it, I think, almost 10 years. I tried to hit the escape button a couple of years ago, and then they dragged you in, and
it was kind of funny the way that happened because you said you wanted to. No, I don't think people realize how many things that Steve Animal does out in the community in addition to the mountain. And not all of it's court ordered.
No.
Some of it is actually not court ordered. I mean, you run like 5 different businesses. You're on every commission and everything going on in St. Albans, which is where you call home. And but you had kind of wanted to, okay, I'm just going to kind of back away and I'm going to bring Dave in and let Dave kind of take over. And then we get on stage. And it's like, no, we got to have these 2 every year for some reason.
It's like, wait a minute, I'm holding the torch to be passed. Here's the baton, run, go, go, go. But no, it's still a lot of fun to do.
It is. And if you don't have tickets, like I said, I apologize, but I don't apologize. It's a good thing. All the tickets are gone.
Well, we did our job. It was to promote it. Yeah. The tickets sold out and dun.
And big shout out to the folks at Ball Toyota as well for being the title. So many other sponsors, and they're all available on the Marshall Quarterback Club at Charleston's social media. You can see who all the other sponsors are. I don't want to mention any because I may leave some out, and that'll get you in trouble, and they won't sponsor next year. But if you can find somebody that's got tickets, because again, this thing is absolutely sold out. I mean, there's not a single ticket available for this thing.
And it's kind of neat to see some of the new alumni show up at these events too. So it's kind of just keeping the flow going, if you will, for everything that bleeds green. Go Herd.
Going to be a great night. We'll have a lot of fun. You and I always have fun. We can have fun at a funeral. Matter of fact, we have had fun at funerals. There's actually documented proof we have had fun at funerals. Doors open about 6. We'll start the show around 6:30 or so. Plenty of great food and drink. But again, we hope you got your tickets because they are all gone. This this city is going to be Kelly Green and the whole airport area and downtown. I mean, it's the mayor's going to be there because one of the mayor's offspring plays in the Marshall Band, I think. And so that'll be cool to have her there as well. Steve Cotton's going to be there. The Herd coaches, Herd players, cheerleaders, band members. It's going to be a big old party tonight up on the hill.
Yeah, and I guess I need to go home and change out of this. I should shower too. I mean,
well, it's not Saturday, so I don't know why you'd want to do that.
Well, I'm going to be around people.
All right, yeah. All right. Steve, I know you got things to do, buddy. I will let you go. I appreciate it. Things going well on the mountain?
They are doing very well. Had a great morning. I always love when I have the opportunity to give away breakfast. Tudor's Biscuit World, one of my main sponsors, the guy who actually called this morning to win. It was kind of funny. It's like, good morning, the mountain. He's like, what's up? I was like, what's up? What's up? What's up?
1995 all over again.
Oh, yeah. So.
That's the thing about classic rock radio, and I've done it at another station, and I'm also happy to help out on the mountain as well, is the audience tends to be a little bit different.
Yeah, I mean, we're more laid back. It's just, we're here for the ride. Let's play some rock and roll and, give away some free stuff and, go do something fun while we still can.
And you can check out the legendary Steve Animal, 6 to 10, normally 6 to 10. He's in here with me now. So what'd you do, put Stairway to Heaven or something on?
I did.
Freebird. The live version of Freebird is playing right now, so he's got to get back downstairs to his turntable.
Yes, put me back in the dungeon.
Animal, I will see you tonight, my friend. Thanks a lot, buddy.
Thanks for being here. Peace.
All right, thanks for being. It's my show.
Hey, I'm up and out. I got to go. Put your name on the other one.
All right, go. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live is brought to you part by your hometown baseball team, the Charleston Dirty Birds. Birds continue their road series at Southern Maryland. Ticket schedules, promotions, Dirty Birds gear, and more. Visit dirtybirdsbaseball.com. Bigly Piggly Wiggly hotline 304-345-5858. Tony the Taylor text 304-935-5008. Coming up on tomorrow's show, tomorrow is day one of our annual radiothon benefiting WVU children. So we're going to have several personalities from around the building, not just Steve, but real professionals. Plus all the sponsors that are making it all possible. We'll devote time on that show as well as on Friday's show to our radiothon. Also, Greg Thomas is going to be stopping by tomorrow. Greg's group, West Virginia Citizens Against Lawsuit Abuse, is out with what they call the Dirty Dozen. Now, this is their annual list made up of those legislators, political figures who accept the most in large corporate contributions. And if you think Greg is going to use the time tomorrow morning to just bash Democrats, there are Republicans on that list as well. So that'll be interesting. Also, Dr. Casey Sachs from Bridge Valley will be on the show tomorrow as well. Programming note, and because I like to give you plenty of notice, I will be away from the Parmar Store studio all next week. I'm going to be somewhere with a drink, possibly two, in my hand or laying on a beach somewhere. My last show will be this Friday, and then I will be back the day after Labor Day on Tuesday, September 6th. I'm assuming Dale Cooper, possibly Jeff Jenkins, maybe both will be handling things while I'm gone. I don't really care, though. That's on them. Somebody will be hosting the show next week. It just won't be me because I am on a beach somewhere next week. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live brought to you in part by Brightway Insurance, the Mays Agency. They now offer small business insurance to the 4 major carriers, the Hartford, Travelers, Progressive, and Next. Call or stop by and see John and Sherry Mays today, 3860 Tays Valley Road, Suite 1 in Hurricane, 304-814-2509 to visit brightwaymays.com. Rob Cornelius coming up next. Back after this on the Voice of Charleston, WCHS.
Brought to you by the Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses. Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses are small businesses with big impact, including Generations Physical Therapy and Snap Fitness.
August is the time to save on your Kanawha personal property taxes. Pay on or by September 3rd to receive your first half discount. You can pay by credit, debit card online at kanawsheriff.us, pay by mail, and at the tax division lobby at the courthouse or one of our 5 detachment locations. Pay your motor vehicle taxes on time to receive the West Virginia Property Tax Adjustment Credit. Visit us online and click on Pay Taxes to learn more.
Red, white, and Vroom into summer savings at Thornhill CDJR on the Thornhill Motor Mile. Hey, it's Sydney, and it's time to make this the summer of Ram with up to $8,650 off MSRP on the new 2024 Ram 1500 Bighorn, or 5.9% APR for 72 months and no payments for 90 days. These deals are as powerful as the trucks themselves. Thornhill CDJR, where adventure begins. It's a Red, white, and Vroom made this the summer of Ram sales event at the all-new Thornhill Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Visit us at Fountain Place Mall, Logan, next to Tractor Supply, or online at thornhillcdjr.com. Number 24 for all offers through Stellantis Financial See Thornhill for all details.
Home ownership. At Progressive, we know it's part of the American dream. It's sea to shining sea, and water damage as far as the eye can see.
It's America.
It's freshly mowed grass and a fence that was freshly vandalized by a pack of unruly teens.
It's America.
It's also round-the-clock protection when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, which can help keep the American dream of home ownership alive and kicking. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Are you changing jobs or gearing up for retirement? Don't navigate your financial journey alone. At 4th Avenue Financial, we specialize in guiding individuals through life's transitions. From optimizing your retirement savings to managing your investments, we're here to provide expert advice every step of the way. Schedule your free consultation with John Burdett and take control of your financial future today. 4thavenuefinancial.com.
Securities offered through Jenny B. Cole Financial Incorporated. Member FINRA SIPC. Advisory services offered through Jenny B. Cole Advisors Incorporated.
22 minutes away from 10, the impact of Special Olympics extends far beyond the athletes themselves. Volunteers and supporters touched by the unwavering determination of these extraordinary individuals find immeasurable fulfillment in their involvement. The inclusive approach embraced by Special Olympics fosters an environment where everyone plays a vital role. West Virginia, enriched in collaboration with Huntington, invites you to witness the transformative power of Special Olympics. See a video highlighting the Special Olympics at facebook.com/580WCHS. Biggly Piggly Wiggly hotline 304-345-5858. Tony the Taylor text 304-935-5008. Hoppy Kirchhoff coming up at 10:06 with Metro News Talk Line from the Encova Insurance Studios in the Dale Miller Building in Morgantown. Huntington Mayor, Democratic Party candidate for Governor Steve Williams on the show today. Brad Mack with more of the governor's ongoing and additional financial issues. Updated since yesterday, updated in the last hour, I think. That's with Brad. Chris Steyerwalt's also on the show today. Fred Albert, the president of the American Federation of Teachers, on the show today. And Northern Dave Wilson, and to talk about the ongoing homeless issues, and they got some major ones in Morgantown right now. It's been battled back and forth. Morgantown City Council, Dave's been all over the story. He is, and we can relate to those things in Charleston too. But what's going on in Morgantown right now makes Charleston's issues seem small. Believe me. And Dave will talk about Hoppy coming up at I think he's in the first segment. Coming up at 10:06. All coming up with Hoppy at 10:06. Hey, look who's here. It's Greg Thomas. Greg Thomas is on tomorrow.
No. But stacking it back
it's
to back.
It's not Greg Thomas. No. I got confused because I had a text here about Greg Thomas. So hold that thought.
That's fine.
Text says, oh, boy, ask Greg Thomas to tell us about the dark money donors to West Virginia Citizens Against Lawsuit Abuse. He always hides the filthy money he gets. I said this because Thomas is on the show tomorrow.
And that's just wrong. It's a C6. It's a membership organization like a 501c4. Deal with it. You can't see the donors. It's not a C3. It's not a political campaign. It's a 501c6. Grow up.
All right. You're defending Greg Thomas.
I'm defending C6s, and I'm defending America mostly.
That was me.
Salute.
That was me giving the salute. Rob Cornelius is here. Hey, man. How you doing?
I'm glad to be here. Decided it'd be a good time to do it, and I know you're didn't have any veils next week, but I thought it'd be a good time to come in.
I've got veils next week, but they'll have an umbrella in them. That's my veils for next week. Couple of things with the governor. Actually, we'll just spend the next 5 hours talking about the governor and Republican candidate for Senate, Jim Justice. State Democratic Party and Chair Mike Pushkin yesterday out with a statement calling for Jim Justice to drop out of the Senate race. Your thoughts, Rob, because, we all know he isn't going to do that, and it's mainly just lip service from Pushkin, which is not uncommon. Don't get me wrong. The Republicans in many cases have done similar things.
When we were losers, we sent out press releases every day at the Republican Party hoping to get someone's attention or care up through about 2010.
Yeah, and now it's kind of the opposite.
Yeah, they're irrelevant. They're down, 93-7 or something in the House, 31-3 in the Senate. Both are going to get worse. Here's the big picture.
And Kanawha County is now a red county.
Yeah, by plurality, and that's the thing. The Republican counties by plurality, 44, 45 now? We're down to just 8 or 10 left that aren't. I remember being here when it was the other way. It was 48-7 or something. Look, for Pushkin, it's actually the smartest thing he can say. One, he won't do it, and he shouldn't do it. And, I've had differences with the governor, just minor ones over the years, as you may know. But
what? Really?
Yeah, I know. This is new information for everyone. But look, here's the thing. He can't leave the ballot right now. Mm-hmm. If he leaves the ballot, according to state law 3519 and the code, I'm not an attorney, but it will tell you the Republicans will not be able to replace him on the ballot from last Tuesday forward, unless he dies.
Mm-hmm.
And only then in the final, you have up to the 25-day limit, 25 days out from the November election. So literally you're stuck with Jim Justice. If you're a Republican in the Senate seat, no matter what he does in the next 76 days or whatever, you have to vote for him. And then there will be appointments, and we'll take care of it with a temporary, and there'll be an election. But if you want a Republican senator, you must vote for, hold your nose, Jim Justice. Period.
What are your thoughts on all of the governor's financial issues? Because here's the thing. Here's what I said on yesterday's show.
Yeah.
I don't know whether you heard it or not, what I said on yesterday's show. When you talk, and Hoppy touched on this a little bit too, you talk about Owen Carter Banks, and you talk about, okay, it's kind of like when you and I are sports nuts. It's kind of like when a Major League Baseball player signs a $50 million deal, where it's like, okay, he signed a deal. We can't relate to that. And most people can't relate to owing that kind of money. However, when it looks like that within a week or two, there's a very real possibility that employees at the Greenbrier are not going to have health insurance. That's a very real possibility. Then you start to get people's attention. Oh, crap, I can relate to this.
Yeah, it gets pretty granular when your work either is not paying your health care or is not sending the feds the money they owe them for FICA, for Social Security, Medicare, all those things. And here's the thing, I've just recently been talking to Hoppy about this because, frankly, he wasn't interested for the last 8 years. The media in this state didn't care about this issue much for the last 8 years. All these issues were there, different numbers, different lenders, but all very public in 2015, 16, 17, and 20 when there were elections or you were near elections. And nobody's taking notice of it now until
That's a little unfair, don't you think?
I don't think anyone's taking it seriously. I mean, part of it I would blame on the Republican gubernatorial campaign in 2016. Bill Cole didn't beat him about the head with it. Did not. And that was a failure on the Republican Party's part.
The people of West Virginia, though, and I've had this argument with Pushkin, and he'll tell you, I didn't support Jim Justice. And knowing Mike, I think he probably didn't support him when he was a Democrat. He probably did not. But, these problems have been out there, Rob, for years.
Forever.
Anybody that deals in the coal industry, which I'm very close to, knows that. Anybody that does a lot in Greenbrier County, which I have done in various positions in my life, various jobs I've had. I've spent a lot of time in Greenbrier County. They all know that.
Yeah.
And now it's suddenly, and maybe it's just because it's more visible now. Maybe it's out there a little bit more.
It's public, and people didn't want to push it or go to court or do public things back then. Maybe look, to make it more granular. Here's the deal: this is a guy who, between he and his companies and his daughter and his son and all the other debtors here, that what we can find in public record, he is in debt $1.3 billion with a B, $1,300 million. My guess is probably a couple $100 million more out there and things that are not entered in courts, not entered in UCC filings, not public. But this is a guy that's basically owes people $1.5 billion, and he can't pay anything. And you just look at the most recent clipping we got from Brad and Hoppy yesterday. Borrowed $35 million in paycheck protection pandemic loans from Marshall Reynolds Bank. Marshall Reynolds, the guy who lives in Huntington, starts banks. His son, one of the guys, run the Gazette now. They loaned him $35 million. Hasn't paid a cent of it. Not a penny of interest, not a penny of principal, nothing. That's a guy who'd been a friend. Jim Justice has been on Marshall Reynolds bank boards for years, and you can't even pay that guy?
Yeah, I don't know, and I'm really surprised. And I know West Virginia in the big picture of things, Rob, when it comes to the national, everybody's focused on the presidential election. They're focused on a couple of other races in other states. The West Virginia race is not really out there as much.
It's not close.
Because there's not. If Manchin were running, I think there would be more attention on it because the national media loves Joe Manchin. I don't think, the Wall Street Journal has done article after article on this. Other outlets have. It just doesn't seem to stick. And again, with Jim Justice, Rob, you're talking about a governor, but still is one of the 4 or 5 most popular governors anywhere in the country. He's ranked, depending on which survey you look at, about number 3 or 4 in the country as far as the popular people still love him.
Yeah, Morning Consult does that poll frequently, and he's up around 60. His low was back in 2018, 2019, down in the 40s, so he's rehabilitated his image since then. But in the meantime, and the dog, and the dog goes a long way. Speaking of dogs and dog therapy, here's one sign they're battening down the hatches, and I think hiding. His wife's been going out to all these schools and over the last several weeks doing these dog therapy presentations. We're giving Doddridge County a dog, stuff like that. Wasn't on the one yesterday. And my guess is we're not going to see her again for a while because I think they're afraid of interviewer questions. I think they're afraid of, subpoenas and process being served on people when they go out in public because she's on the hook for a lot of this stuff too.
What do you think of the way the governor's, what I would call adversarial at least somewhat adversarial relationship with the press. It's not just us. I mean, he and Brad, he's basically just stopped taking Brad's questions. And I've never agreed in my life with Phil Kabler on anything. But I would say what Kabler said in his column a couple of weeks ago, and that is maybe the press should start boycotting these and not showing up.
Well, Phil Kabler, a stopped clock in jorts, but good for him for saying that. And again, these press avails the last couple of years are fake. They're controlled. They're over video. You can't get them in person. And I don't think anyone's actually tried to put a camera in his face, at another event. I think that's what's going to start happening now. Freedom Cam, even from our media locally, is going to have to start hitting him and ask him questions where he's uncomfortable, whether it's the Hardys in Greenbrier County or what. But people want answers, and they're going to want a lot of answers if the Greenbrier is sold or something. Again, court date Friday morning to see if they can stop that. I think they do stop the suit. And the more important thing is this J.P. Morgan thing is probably new to everybody, this last round of money. The bigger deal is Carter, and between Carter and J.P. Morgan, he owes $400 million, and that's all attached to Greenbrier. So you got to say to yourself, we sell the Greenbrier, what are we going to get out of it? Ain't going to be $400 million.
Hoppy, in today's commentary, Hoppy Kercheval, and is posted on our website, WVMetroNews.com, he's calling for the governor to sell the Greenbrier.
It's not up to Jim to sell the Greenbrier. Everyone has liens against it. It's up to Carter Bank and J.P. Morgan to figure it out and make the first sale for $400 million.
And he was seen as such a hero when he came in as the West Virginia guy, that saved the Greenbrier, basically.
He bought a loser in that if you go to the Greenbrier bankruptcy filings before he bought it or acquired it, CSX lost $91 million in the 5 years preceding. Lost $18 million you were running it. I'm not sure a business genius. I'm not sure Donald Trump could run the Greenbrier and make money.
Oh, did you have to go there?
I know. You just hate that.
I do. Tex says, how could someone get a security clearance with $1.3 billion in debt? Are we going to have a useless senator from the start?
I mean, I can't imagine he spends much time in D.C., period. His health won't allow it.
I don't think he's going to be there that often. Tex says, Rob thinks Jim is the best person for Senate. Even with Jim's debts and inability to get security clearance, Rob will still vote for Jim Justice.
I'm not going to, but I'm suggesting to the voters here, if you want a Republican member of the U.S. Senate, you have to.
So vote for the letter, not the guy. Is that what you're saying?
Understand that if he is out, he will be replaced by Republicans you know, trust, and love.
All right. So, I mean, look, he's running in this race against Glenn Elliott.
He could be running against anybody.
Mayor of Wheeling.
He's very nice.
Seems like he's been on this show. Seems like a very, very good
guy.
Has no chance in hell of winning. Though.
Yeah, he's out doing a lot of performative doors in front of TV cameras. I'll go to your town. The TV reporterette comes out and sees you for 15 minutes and sees you a couple doors and they leave. Looks like there's effort.
Texas Dave, when Jim Justice ran for governor as a Democrat, Danny Jones, when he had the radio program, was bringing it up, but nobody wanted to talk about it. And now it's a big issue. Somebody brought that up to me earlier about Danny's talking about the when he did the show.
He spent a lot of time on it. He had me on a lot, which is probably drove some of that. And he and I are having lunch today. We can conference on that.
Okay. No. So where do you and Danny go to lunch? I may want to go.
West Side. He's really been into the smokehouse the last 6 months.
I have another appearance I have to make today. So
understood. You owe me lunch in Marietta at some point from your other day job.
I will. Okay. I'll do that. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live, presented in part by General Hardware of Winfield and Milton, General Lumber of Winfield. All projects, big and small, shop locally. Visit generalhardwarewv.com. We're going to get Mr. Cornelius's take on some other things going on in West Virginia politics, and I know he was glued to the DNC last night.
Not really.
Okay. We're going to talk a little bit about the DNC, plus your calls and text are welcome to Biggly Piggly Wiggly Hotline 304-345-5858. Tony Taylor text 304-935-5008. Back after this on the Voice of Charleston, WCHS.
Are you a physical therapy assistant and looking for an opportunity in orthopedics, wellness, and athletic care? If so, Generations Physical Therapy is offering flexible work hours and an upbeat atmosphere. With 7 convenient locations, Generations may have a job designed for you. Visit generationspt.com.
Jarrett Construction is celebrating its 25th year in business, proudly serving the West Virginia community. They extend heartfelt thanks to their clients for their trust and support over the years. From schools and hospitals to car dealerships and apartments, Jarrett Construction has been dedicated to building quality projects that make a difference. Their commitment to excellence in the community remains unwavering. For all your construction needs, choose Jarrett Construction, where your vision becomes their mission. Visit jarrett-construction.com. Thank you for making their 25 years successful and impactful. Hey, it's Dave Allen for Parmar Stores. Our lives are all hectic. That goes without saying. It also goes without saying we're always looking for ways to make our lives just a little bit easier. That's where your local Parmar store comes in. From gas to groceries and snacks to a quick soda or that morning cup of coffee you need to keep you going, Parmar's got it. Download the Parmar app and sign up for the Parmar Rewards Card. West Virginia, Ohio, Kentucky, Maryland, Pennsylvania, and Virginia. If there's not a Par Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
Red, white, and vroom into summer savings at Thornhill CDJR on the Thornhill Motor Mile. Hey, it's Sydney, and it's time to make this the summer of Ram with up to $8,650 off MSRP on the new 2024 Ram 1500 Bighorn, or 5.9% APR for 72 months and no payments for 90 days. These deals are as powerful as the trucks themselves. Thornhill CDJR, where adventure begins. It's a Red, white, and vroom made this summer of Ram sales event at the all-new Thornhill Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Visit us at Fountain Place Mall, Logan, next to Tractor Supply, or online at thornhillcdjr.com. Number 24C038 for all offers through Stellantis Financial. See Thornhill for all details.
8 away from 10, the Dave Allen Show on 580 Live, brought to you part by Live Healthy West Virginia, presented by WVU Medicine. Live Healthy, tackling pressing health issues, heart disease, diabetes, Alzheimer's, and more. It's a podcast offering insights into medical breakthroughs and preventative care, featuring WVU Medicine's expert physicians, aimed at fostering healthier lifestyles in and beyond the state. It's a valuable resource for all. Check out the latest episodes on WVMetronews.com under the podcast menu and start your journey towards better health today. Biggly Piggly Wiggly hotline 304-345-5858. Tony the Taylor text 304-935-5008. Rob Cornelius is here. What else are you watching in West Virginia politics? It's going to be a kind of a ho-hum election as far as the general goes in November?
Yeah, I mean, really boring. There's really not a whole lot of influx. Your question will be like these seats on the very edge in the State House and State Senate. Again, do the Republicans get to 91, 93, 95 in the House out of 100? And in the Senate now, obviously, the news has been different. The Chandler Swope thing out of Mingo, that case got resolved in the last few days or last week, but the numbers weren't there to flip that, so that'd still be a Republican. Democrats have nominated a guy from the largest county, from Mercer. Now that Swope's out, so logically that'll make it closer than it needs to be.
Yeah, he was, I think, the Chamber of Commerce director down there. I heard.
Right, someone who looks like, they like America and might work for a bank or something. Someone who looks normal as opposed to blue hair or something.
I mean, are you got a problem with blue hair?
I mean, it works for some people. You got the right skin for it.
I got you.
Yeah.
What about locally? Do you keep up a look? Because I know you're all over the place as far as your travels go and your other things that you do in your life. But this county commission race in Kanawha County, I think, could be very interesting between Walters and Tennant. I really do.
I think it could be. I think. I was, even with Carper's nonsense, I was surprised how well Natalie did, because people remember her more fondly than I thought. But again, we've gone top of the ticket is what pulls the whole thing. If you're down ballot, you're basically going to be a victim or a recipient of whatever goes on the top. So if Trump and Justice are pulling a huge number here, it obviously skews the Republican and Republican plurality now in Kanawha County. This is not the same Kanawha County. I don't know where D's honestly hold on outside of downtown Wheeling, downtown Morgantown, downtown Huntington.
Yeah, you're right about that. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live, brought to you part by Huston's Pizza. This month at your favorite Huston's, get a large 18-inch pepperoni pizza and an 8-inch chocolate chip cookie for $23.99. Been watching any of the DNC at all?
The first night a little bit. Last night I just watched with the sound down on Fox while I had baseball up on the other. Look, it's for the people who watch like all 9 hours of wrestling every week. The ones that are super duper into it. If you're just a casual, you're not going to be.
You're talking about my producer Jeff Petty.
I would do the same thing too, because again, all I watch is reruns of wrestling from 1987.
Yeah, amen.
Maybe some UWF. I don't know. But here's the deal with all that. What's the one moment that came out last night that anybody remembers or thinks is important? What's the one tweet you saw this morning or the one news hit you saw? Maybe Obama calling Trump terrible, but I mean, did you see anything interesting? Did anything really draw you to it?
I
don't know.
I think I watched so far a lot more of the Republican National Convention than I did the Democrat. But I will say, one of the more bizarre things that I've seen is the roll call of states last night. They had a DJ that was, playing the music. Of course, he wasn't really playing the music, but it was all staged. But anyway, he was up there, and they playing a different song for every state that came out. And I'm sitting there thinking, okay, what are they going to do when they get to, with all due respect, what are they going to do when they get to Nebraska? Is there a song about, other than the Bruce Springsteen album Nebraska, is there anything out there?
And that's a deeper cut. Maybe Runza, the fast food chain in Nebraska, has a song I'm not aware of.
It just seemed to be bizarre. Of course, what West Virginia, it's country roads. That's a
That's too easy. That's Bob Denver's greatest hit.
John Denver.
It's all the same.
It's all the same. Well, anyway, I watched it. I'm seeing on TV now that there's a possibility RFK Jr. is going to drop out of the race.
Drop and endorse. Yeah, that was just some of the alternative conservative media was big into that yesterday, and Alex Jones and the gang. And I think that if that goes that way, that's great. Basically, you're congealing all your independents and non-Democrats out there between Elon, RFK Jr., and obviously Big Don.
Text says, Jim is too unhealthy to be in D.C. regularly. Jim is too in debt to get a security clearance. Jim is going to be a useless senator from day one. But vote Republican to have a Republican because that's what a good stooge does. I thought Republicans were about the best person for the job. No, they're not. Neither are Democrats about the best person for the job.
I'm about winning, and I love winning, and we try to do a lot of winning here. So get in your mind and then get in the mind of your representatives and your new governor and all that, who you'd like to be the next senator. Whenever you're in the business of hiring your athletics director, have a list of your next 5 coaches. Everybody needs to get in their head, have a list, and we'll all reconvene on this soon enough, I'm sure.
The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live brought to you part by Pinnacle Consultants. Their services involve developing comprehensive management plans to outline strategies for controlling and minimizing asbestos exposure, perfect for commercial property owners and managers. Visit pinnaclecorp.net because what you don't know can't hurt you. One of the things about Trump I thought was very interesting is, look, his base – Rob, is going to vote for him. Nothing, short of killing a kitten on national television, and they don't care, they're still going to vote for him because it's a cult. So I'm talking about the people, I don't care, I'll call it what it is, it's a cult. I'm not talking about people that are voting for Trump. I'm talking about people that look in their eyes. They're not all there. Not the average voters for Trump. I'm talking about the people that just live for Donald Trump. That's what I'm talking about. 2 different people. He's got them in the bag already, as you would expect. Trump has to have independent voters, and in some cases, undecideds. Okay? He's doing absolutely nothing, in my opinion, to try to court them. All he's doing at these things, he was doing good for a while, but as I was talking to a buddy of ours yesterday who said Trump's going to be Trump, and then he kind of went off the deep end. Now he's talking about Kamala Harris's appearance. Now he's talking about all these other things that don't mean anything to anybody other than it makes him feel good, energizes his base, but doesn't do a single thing to try to get these independents in. Latest polls from ABC and Washington Post say that Kamala Harris is beating Trump and independents by 11 percentage points.
Go to the gambling markets. Trump just went back up as a favorite last night, minus 115, minus 120. That means he's the favorite. He was minus 200 right after he got shot. Big picture for Trump, what's the number one issue for independents and alleged undecideds? There aren't any. It's jobs and economy. Just get back on that. You're fine. Well,
but he's not going to do that.
Yes, he will.
No, he won't. He won't.
Dude, we're 76 days out. This is all irrelevant fluff. What we're doing is waiting until the end of the week. DNC make sure they're locked in. They're stuck with her. Then we roll out the video where she's like that church with Obama where they said GD America. We're going to crush her.
All right,
she's done.
Okay.
She's the worst nominee in ages.
All right. We'll leave it there. The Dave Allen Show at 580 Live brought to you part by Jute for the best in security systems for both your home or business. Talk to Jute of Taze Valley. Visit protectedbyjute.com. Rob Cornelius, thank you so much, my friend.
It's been a delight.
Happy National Radio Day yesterday.
I missed it. Happy National Radio Day to you, Dave. I loved it.
All right. Hoppy's coming up at 10:06 with Talk Line. We kick off our WVU Children's Radiothon tomorrow. We'll spend some time talking about that, plus Dr. Casey Sachs and Greg Thomas on the show tomorrow as well. Download the all-new Metro News app. Metro News TV. Got to go see you tomorrow. Till then, have fun and love somebody.
WCHS AM 96.5 FM Charleston and 104.5 Cross Lanes, a WVRC media station. We're proud to live here too.